Welcome back everybody to the south coast of this beautiful location in Denmark, Hvide Sande. Unfortunately, the call has just been made. Conditions are not suitable, meaning that the competition is over. I'm Jo Ciastula and I'm sitting here with Gemma. Gemma, tell me a little bit how that decision was made.
And we know that this spot can be really amazing, can offer amazing conditions. Unfortunately, this week we have our be a remarkable event. So for now, everyone's packing up, everything's ready, but we're not finished yet because we still have a few of our tech talks that you the other day. So let us know what we're going to be watching.
Yeah, we were able to catch up with the riders. Like you say, we've been keeping ourselves busy, having a look around the location, getting a little involved with the community, and we caught up with a lot of our ambassadors, our riders. And first up, we're going to be moving over with Mr. Tropical himself, Matchu Lopes, the duotone rider, who's going to explain what he has in his bag.
Hi, this is Matchu, and this is my board bag. So, you want to know what's in my board bag? It's a lot of things. So, yeah, let me take you through my kite first. These are the new duotone kites. It's the SLS version 2022. This year we come up with a new design. The kite is a little bit more narrow. It's a little bit faster than the year before. The lines, the bridles are much thinner, so when you're going full speed, you're doing loops and stuff, the kite is going faster, you're dragging less wind with the lines. So the kite works super good, especially for waves. This is unbelievably fun. Yeah, and for competition, this is normally what I take around. I have 7, 8, 9, 10 and 12 meter. So more or less it covers all the range that I need. I have 2 bars. I use normally click bar. This one is pretty used. There's some kilometers on it already. But the lines are already set up. Also here, if you can see. So I can just pump my kites, put the lines straight away, don't need to extend them on the beach, and go on the water. Actually, the bars, I use the medium one, not the smallest one. Those are my favorite. And now, boards. So, I have 2 boards. When it's pumping waves, I choose this one. This is unbelievably sick for wave riding, when it's head high, when the wind is strong. I also enjoy doing freestyle strapless on it. So, if the judges decide that they want to do mix, this one I can take care of it when it's big and it's super strong, strong wind or whatever. It works really good. It's a thruster. It's a 5.1. No, it's a 5.7. Sorry. It's just perfect. I love it for waves, for freestyle. Really enjoy it a lot. So when the conditions are pretty much small, light wind, or it's not strong enough, or when the judges want to do only freestyle and big tricks or technical stuff, I choose this thing here. This is the board that will take me to most of the technical tricks. When the waves are small, it works super good. It's a throttle as well. It has channel. The graphic is so sick. I love it. I have some deck on it here to avoid the wax all the time with sand and to travel and stuff. So I put deck. And I have these small things here that when I do the tricks, I can grab it. I can do airs, I can do tricks. So yeah, those are pretty much my favorite 2 boards that I carry on my trips. Sometimes I have more boards, but for this trip, I only have 2. So with these boards, normally I ride with them with these fins. Those are the quabble fins. They are different from the others. They are special, and I love them. And these ones, they give me special needs that I need while I'm riding waves, when it's pumping especially. It organizes the turbulence that goes through the fins, and then I have more control when I release on the top turns, on the bottom turns. They're super nice, they're very light, they're made out of carbon, and for me it doesn't exist any other fins that works better than this. So, wetsuit. I travel with 2 wetsuits, especially for Denmark. I need a 5'4" because I'm a cold boy. And yeah, I got cold pretty easy. I come from Cape Verde, and this is the 4'3", in case that one is wet and I need to go in the water again. I start to travel with a life vest when I need to go big, kite loops and stuff. These guys are pushing the envelope, so I gotta go. And this is the harness. So on my harness, I'm using the Apex. That's pretty good. It's flexible enough. I like it. I have 2 options. Sometimes I ride with a hook. Lately I'm starting to ride with a hook again. But before I was riding only the rope. Why the rope? Because then I had more freedom on the wave riding. When I could turn more, go more vertical and be more smooth, I would use this. I still use it only when the judge is asking for pure wave riding. When it's freestyle or mix, I'll go with a hook. And yeah, that's pretty much this. Normally the harness is not moving around. So let's say if I have anything else. One more thing. When I travel, to avoid confusions on the airport, I used to travel with this. So this is one thing that I always have around. It's a waiter, so before I go to the check-ins with this, I don't know more or less what it is. Sometimes there's a little big confusion. They want to get some money out of you. So this is a good thing to have around. It costs nothing. You can find it everywhere. And yeah, this is pretty much. I hope you enjoy. See you on the next one. I am Matchu Lopes, and that was my board bag. Maybe I should do a YouTube thing, huh?
Well, there you have it. That was Matchu Lopes. That guy travels with a lot of equipment. He's got all the stuff, knows where it is. But hey, if you want to be in that world champion race, you're going to have to bring out all the goods. And standing with me here in the studio, I have Mallory, our head judge. Mallory, obviously, unfortunately, wind did not come through, so we didn't see the action that we wanted to. But tell me a little bit what that changes and who is in the race.
Yeah, so unfortunately, as you say, we had no wind, but that means for some riders it's an advantage. For example, James and Perry, who were first already on the ranking this year, and that makes them a little closer to the world title, actually. James needed to at least reach the final on this event to be claimed world champion, and I'm not 100% sure about the calculations, we have to see, but depending on if we will run Rio in Brazil, if the final event will be in Dakhla, it will be a bit more easy for them to be claimed world champion for the first time. So it will be quite exciting. The title race will be quite exciting in Dakhla.
Let's talk a little bit about that title race. Obviously, on the men, it looks like there's 3 main contenders. You have Matchu, you have Pedro, and you have James, and you have Ayrton. So those are the 4 main players at the moment. And then on the girls' side, also there's the young rookie Capucine Delanois, who's coming up strong on the strapless side. But at the moment, Perry standing strong and in that first position. Tell me a little bit about these riders.
Yeah, so for the girls, because of that event with no win, Capucine had a big chance to also be claimed world champion if she would have had a good result here. But because she did not do so well in Cape Verde last year, and that will count as part of her results, it will be much harder for her to be world champion. And I think it will be between Perry and Charlotte, who is very close. And but hey, Capucine has a long life ahead. She's been doing really good. I've seen her this winter. She's been improving a lot in the waves. So I think this year will be between Perry and Charlotte, and we will see next year what happens. And then for the boys, Ayrton can still be world champion. It will really depend on what James does. if he doesn't have such a good competition in Dakhla. I think if he doesn't reach the quarters, then he will be in between the three other boys, Pedro, Matchu and Ayrton, and whoever wins that event basically will be the world champion. That's if Rio doesn't happen, so we're not sure yet. All this will be confirmed within the next week.
I think one of the good things, Mallory, is it's still up for grabs. In the end, the fight is still there. The riders, they have to go their hardest because it ain't over until the buzzer, and we have a lot of the players. You can feel the tension, you can see the fire, and they are ready to pounce, because one of the things we've been saying about all of our riders is the family vibe they have. They help each other on and off the water, but as soon as they get in the competition, it's game on. It is war, and I cannot wait to see. Hopefully we will have that last event in Rio, which only means that the tension is going to extend even more, and it's going to be a bigger fight, but we're going to have to see. And talking about, there's a lot of world champions in amongst the mix there, so let's see who will claim that title this year. And talking about world champions, we caught up during the event with a former Karolina Winkowska from Poland, who comes with a very big freestyle background. She knows what it's like joining us here on tour, and we checked out what she has in her bag.
Hi, I'm Karolina, and this is my setup. Well, I have Slingshot Sci-Fly as my choice for wave riding and strapless freestyle. I really like this board because it fits in my 20 board bag, so I can travel with it around the world. But it also has the channels for grabbing, FCS2 fin box, which allows me to put like pro model fins. I have Sally Fitzgibbon's Pro fin, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I like it for both wave riding and strapless freestyle. This year we have a new kite at Slingshot, is the RPX, and it's been my kite selection for the summer. I've been living in a van, so I could take only one type of kite, and I've been still riding a lot of freestyle, 20 freestyle, and this kite is amazing for unhook tricks. And when there are waves, when the conditions are suitable for wave riding, I also use it for going down the line and doing wave riding, and it's been working pretty well for both of these disciplines, so I'm really satisfied with that selection. I have 7, 9, 10 and 12 of RPX. I usually would go for smaller sizes for wave kite, but I didn't have much space to bring it, and then I usually take bigger kites for freestyle. And as I said before, I usually choose the day that is most suitable for a specific discipline, and if it's lighter wind, I'll go for freestyle, and if it's stronger wind, I'll go for wave riding. I'm Karolina Winkowska, and this was my setup.
Good to catch up there with Karolina Winkowska, checking out the equipment and what she uses at these events. And joining me in the booth, I have our tour manager, Tom Hartman. Tom, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Joe. We've met already in the beginning of the event. Now we sit down here at the end of the event, but it's good to be here and wrapping up the event together with you.
So Tom, unfortunately conditions have not been suitable. It would been a waiting game until the last day here on the 6th day. This morning we were up at 6. It looked like we were going to get a little flicker. There was even some white caps out there, but just was not suitable. What does that mean, and what is to come?
Yeah, unfortunately we didn't get the conditions here, but I mean, yeah, we're in a nature-based sport and things like this happen sometimes. And unfortunately, yeah, we've been here 6 days waiting for the conditions. Today we had a bit of a forecast, but it didn't like fill in enough to really run any official heats. Which means now everybody goes home with a few points, all the riders, and yeah, we're gonna go now to Dakhla in a month. I mean, we definitely, I wanna already promise everybody here, we're gonna be back in Denmark in 2023. Next year there is different plans for this event, but in 2 years we are back here to get some unfinished business done. And I think all the riders are pretty, like, you know, everybody is leaving without really regrets. Everybody had a good time here. It's been, you know, even though without wind, we had a lot of activities going on. We had a lot of possibilities to catch up, produce some content, and get you updated about our tour and the riders. But yeah, the next event is going to be in Dakhla in the end of October, which is a more wave-orientated spot, I would say. It's a nice point break. We are doing, it could be a pure wave format if the conditions line up, or a mixed format. So it's an interesting spot on tour, and we also still have Rio de Janeiro on the calendar for the end of November. The event is not confirmed yet. We're still, I would say, on a 50-50 chance, but the end of this month, the end of September, we should have the final call, and of course it would be awesome to go to Brazil for a final, but yeah, it's still not easy times, and actually I'm quite happy how many events we are able to run in these difficult times. For the second half of the year. So yeah, I think the title race, as Mallory been explaining before, it's still very interesting, and yeah, I think that keeps the rest of the year exciting.
It definitely does keep the excitement up, and like we're saying, there's a lot of players, and still there's one card that can appear on the deck, which is Rio, so that would just open it out even more. Would be a very nice way to finish off the year, finishing off in Brazil, one of the best kiting locations on the planet is Brazil, and it'll be nice to get some waves down there. But don't forget, we are going to be in Dakhla, Morocco. As you said, pure wave. It can be mixed. Let's see what happens. But one thing we know for sure, there is fire, and there is going to be a fight, because it is getting closer and closer at the top. And it's really going to be interesting to see the freestylers and the surfers, what way it goes.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, at the moment in this year's ranking, we had Cape Verde event from 2020 counting into the ranking, which everybody was hoping for being a pure Ponta Preta surfing only event, but we had a surfing only event in Kite Beach. Then we've been in Zilt for the second event of this year's ranking, which was a mixed event with pretty strong winds, a lot of big air. And here we didn't get a result now. Dakhla is probably wave orientated and mixed to wave orientated. So I think probably the wave guys have a bit of an advantage in this year's ranking, but you never know how the conditions going to come out. And that's what keeps it such an exciting discipline, I think.
It definitely does keep it exciting. And hey, what we are looking for here on the GKA is the most complete rider out there. And talking about complete riders, we got to catch up with our complete waterman, Francesco Cappuzzo, the other day, and he explained all the little toys, all those magic sticks and kites he has in his board bags to make the competitions and the results that he's done. He's one of our top riders. So we're going to check out now, and we're going to have a tech video with In the Bag with Francesco Cappuzzo.
That's enough already. Hi guys, I'm Francesco Cappuzzo, and here is my quiver. I always travel with my Religion, RD Religion, and my two boards. Here I have the Machina for pure wave riding condition, and my Varial for the freestyle or mix event. Here actually is a preview of our Religion year 27, so the one is coming next year, and all the new year 27 boards. I always travel with one set of kites, so from the 6 meters all the way till the 12 meters. I used to use all the sizes to have the best choice for the good condition. And then I have normally only two boards. My 5.7 Machina is a good all-round board, mostly for pure wave riding, and my Varial 5.1, that is like the best board you can have for strapless freestyle, and it's riding really good even in small waves. Let's start with my Varial 5.1. Yeah, as I said, it's 5.1. It's only 3 fins. I always ride with M fins. That's allowed me to have more pop, and that I can put more focus on my back foot and try to jump as high as possible, even in light wind. Normally, if I go with a mix event, I use a normal central fin. Otherwise, I use a smaller one to pop better. And as you can see, it has a really good channel in the middle to land better the moves, and it has are really actually pretty straight to have more speed and more balance. Here we have some even channel on the front, on the deck of the board, where I even put some stripe of pads to allow me to grab better the boards during tic-tacs and flips. The boards comes already with pads. This year we had slightly thinner pads to feel more the board, but actually are really good for the shock absorber as well. Well, so this is the 5.1 Varial Pro from next year. Then this is my baby. Actually, it's the board that I like the most. It's the 5.7 Machina. Actually, I'm kind of heavy. I used to be a heavy rider, so I was always using the 5.9. But since we have this new construction that is more floaty, so actually I'm going down off one side. So I use always my 5.7. So like that, with this really good tail kick, allows me to really have more turn speed, so I can go way more vertical. My backside is where I used to love this board the most, because backside is for me one of the hardest thing to perform. So you need to have like the best board you can have. Then this year we have a bit slightly wider nose. That's allowed you, when you go down off a move, to have more support in the front. And yes, we have this new technology even here, so it's stronger and it flows more, and I still didn't break it, and so if I don't break it, it means that the board is pretty strong. And here I always use the large set fin, because this one allowed me to have more spin during, like on the bigger waves, to carry on more speed and to go more aggressive on the top turn. Yeah, that's it for the Machina 5.7 Pro. Yeah, the new religion this year, the main change we did, we have a way different construction. It's lighter, and as always here we have two different setup of the bridle. You can see here, like you can put like two setup. One is wave freestyle and one is pure wave. With the freestyle wave, you have slightly more deep power, so allows me, like when I do big jumps, to really release as much as I can the power, but when I pull, I have all the power of the kite. With the wave setup, the kite drifts a little bit better, so on the fully like offshore down the line condition really helped me a lot to not think about the kite and just focus on my wave riding. The new kite is pretty powerful. It's like actually more powerful than before, and but still as fast as always, one size less. So actually it's like pull like a 10, but it turns like an 8. So the 9 meter is like really like the main size. Is the one that I used to use for most of the condition. For bigger stuff with my varial, or for pure wave riding with my Machina on like already on 15 knots, like let's say even 13, 14 knots. And this year we have we adjust all the bridles. As you can see, all the back lines here are shorter, and it all we redefine all the shape of the tip. As you can see, it's way more straight and more compact shape to loop better, because we are all going on the direction of loops. So actually it's a really good bigger kite too. Hi everyone, I'm Francesco Cappuzzo, and that's my setup.
Okay, Joe, that was your chat there with Francesco, and that's it here from us. We're wrapping it up now. The event is being packed up. We're all ready to leave. It's been an amazing week here in Hvide Sande. We really want to thank the local organization and the crew who've done an amazing job to bring this event here. It's taken a lot of work and a lot of effort, and we really appreciate it. Even if the wind conditions weren't perfectly suitable, we all had a really amazing time.
Yeah, definitely. We have to say a big shout out to the local organization, like you say, and we have unfinished business that we are going to resolve in 2023. I really can't wait to get back here, because seeing the videos from last week, we can see the potential this location has, and just the vibe the whole little fisherman town of Hvide Sande has. So it's been a pleasure to be here, Gemma. It's always cool hanging out here with you on the stream, and I hope everybody back home enjoyed it. So this is from us. This is the end of Hvide Sande Denmark event of the GKA Kite World Tour. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you soon and next time. Unfortunately, that's the end of the waiting period here in Hvide Sande for the second event of the GKA Kite-Surf World Tour. Conditions just did not meet to that suitable position. We looked at it this morning, it looked like it was getting a little windier, but in the end we could not take the guys and the girls out on the water. Even though we couldn't enjoy the competition while we've been here at the event, we got to check out the local landscape, we got to know the local community, and even saw how a local company takes the plastic waste from these beautiful shores and turns it into surfboard fins and cubings, because they want to protect this environment. That's it here for Denmark, unfortunately, but we are going to be back with a lot more action as at the end of October, we're going for the third event of the season to beautiful Dakhla in Morocco. Make sure you tune in live and follow us on all the social media channels.